Hey everyone, I recently got a comment on one of my videos asking if we could automate lead research in Pipedrive. So just to recap, this video was about getting a form submission from a potential customer or prospect. We take their email and then research their company and then ping it into Slack so that you or your team can then action that lead, whether it's to reach out to them or whatever else is part of your process. So the question here is, instead of doing this from a tally or a form submission and pinging it into Slack, can we do it when we get a new email or website address in Pipedrive and then post it back to Pipedrive as a note? And as you can see here, my answer is yes, you can. And I'm making a video about it right now. So again, just quickly recap. The previous video, we did tally and then research and then into Slack. And in this new one, we did Pipedrive, research, and then into Pipedrive again. So I'm going to walk through this step by step, but feel free to pause the video at any time or play it on sort of 0.5x if you want to follow along in your builds by yourself. So to start with, first of all, you need to set up your Pipedrive account and connect it with make.com, which I've already done. And to start with, what you want to do is create a trigger or a webhook. So here what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the new person event. So if you go into Pipedrive, what I'm looking for is new person. So this is the event I'm looking for. Depending on how you use Pipedrive, you potentially might look for new organization event. So when a new company is added, for this example, I'm going to use new person event just because I think this is a bit more generic for more people out there. But it's really up to your processes. So if you're looking for new organization, that will work too. So this new person event will trigger every time I add a new person into Pipedrive. And sometimes, a lot of the time, that will be a new lead, but also if people are adding contacts directly. So once that happens, what I'll do is pass that person's email into Perplexity search. So I'm using a HTTP module here. And I know for a lot of you out there, that's a very confusing module to use. So I'm building a new product that will make this a lot easier. It's called Dumpling AI. If you look in my video description, you'll find a link to it. And it'll make doing this a lot easier. But for this example, I'm just using the Perplexity search just so everyone can do this, even if you don't use Dumpling AI. So for this, what I'm doing is I'm passing in a prompt to Perplexity AI, asking it to research the email of the new person that has come in. So research and give me a summary of the company this person works at based on their email address domain. Try include information on the company size, industry, founding year, and what they do. So what this will do is go to Perplexity. And if you haven't used Perplexity before, it's an AI-powered search engine. So it will take the person's email domain, research it, and then come back with a response. And then what I do is then I funnel that response back into Pipedrive. So as a note, so this is the create a note function, and I'm creating it on the person object within Pipedrive. And I'm just saying our AI assistant did some research and found X, Y, Z. So that's the overall flow. Let's run through it to see how it works. So let's say I've got a new lead. You can see I've just been doing some examples. So let's say we've got Bob Smith, and let's give him an email. Let's say he works at Tesla, right? And then we save. So we've got this new person here now. And if we go to the person, you can see there's nothing here yet because it's a new lead. But if we go back to this new scenario, you can see it's running through and it looks like it. My video cut off for a little bit just there, but the make scenario has just run. So I've come back into Pipedrive and I've opened up Bob Smith, and you can see now that there is a new note here. And if I expand that note, you can see that it's got what I said. So our AI assistant did some research and found, and it's got an overview of Tesla, all this sort of stuff, and yeah, lots of context. So in the context of Pipedrive, which is a CRM, your sales rep or your salesperson can take this information and get up to speed quickly on the customer's company so that when they're in the sales call, they don't come across as having no background knowledge and having not researched the customer at all. So yeah, that's the overall flow. The way you would deploy this is you would just turn it on in Make, and then every time a new person is added to your Pipedrive, it will automatically get the AI to do some research and then funnel it back as a note into Pipedrive. And you can see here I'm creating it on the person, but you can also create it on the organization or even on the deal itself, as I mentioned before. But yeah, that's the overall flow. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try my best to get back to you. And as I mentioned before, I'm building a new toolkit to build AI automations in Make.com, Zapier, and other no-code platforms. And it will include things like Perplexity search, Google search, web scraping, and all that sort of stuff. If this is something that is interesting to you, or you're sort of hankering for something like this, please do reach out. I have a link in the description.